What if a glass of wine could whisper centuries of devotion, survival, and rebellion? Chablis isn't just Chardonnay, it's history poured into a glass. A wine that defied wars, fire, frost, and fashion trends. It's the rebel of Burgundy, born in prayer, scarred by fire, and reborn again and again. But why has this pale, flinty wine outlived empires? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Chablis isn't just a wine, it's a resurrection. Let's rewind to the 12th century. In the Abbey of Pontigny, Cistercian monks planted Chardonnay vines in a place they deemed sacred, not just for its quiet hills, but for its soul. These monks believed that tending vines was an act of divine devotion. They didn't make wine to impress nobles. They made it for the altar. For them, Chablis was a liquid sacrament. And in 1568, that sacred ground was nearly lost. The Huguenots swept through Chablis during the wars of religion, burning the village to the ground. Monasteries, homes, and vineyards turned to ash. But the vines, they came back. Thanks to the faith and grit of the locals, Chablis was replanted. The legacy endured. They say the monks chose this land for its purity. Centuries later, the wine still tastes like prayer. Chablis owes its character not just to history, but to geology. Underneath its vineyards lies a bed of ancient seashells, Kimmeridgian limestone, from a time when the region was part of a prehistoric ocean. The result? A wine that tastes like whetstones, flint, and lightning. The French call it goût de pierre à fusil, the taste of struck flint. But this purity came at a cost. In the 19th century, disaster struck. First powdery mildew, then the dreaded phylloxera, a root-eating louse from America. Vineyards withered. Chablis nearly vanished. The solution? Grafting Chardonnay onto American rootstocks. A compromise that saved the vines but sparked debates that echo even today. Is purity preserved if its roots are foreign? Fast forward to 1948. Enter François Ravenel. A man obsessed with authenticity, he founded a domain that would become the holy grail of Chablis. No flashy labels, no marketing tricks, just wine made like it was meant to be. His secret: tiny yields, indigenous yeasts, no new oak, only patience and terroir. His Grand Cru, Les Clos, Valmour, are whispered about in hushed tones by sommeliers and collectors. Only 1,500 bottles per vintage. And yet his wines last decades, like bottled time capsules. For Ravenel, Chablis wasn't about trends, it was about truth. But not everyone followed the monk's path. Vincent d'Ovissa, another legend of Chablis, took a different road. Yes, he believed in terroir, but he also believed in barrels, something that many in Chablis avoided like heresy. He let his wines ferment in steel, but age in oak, new oak. The result? Wines that were both mineral and muscular, complex, structured, and capable of aging 10, even 20 years. D'Ovissa proved that tradition isn't static, it's a conversation. And Chablis, it had room for rebellion. After World War II, Chablis was in ruins. Its cellars had been looted, its vines neglected, its future uncertain. So in 1949, the village launched a celebration, La Fête des Vins de Chablis. Part wine fair, part resurrection. Producers came together, bottles were shared, old vintages uncorked, and a new tradition was born. Today, the fête welcomes thousands every year, not just to taste wine, but to honor survival. It's here you'll find the Confrérie des Piliers Chablisiens, a brotherhood of winemakers, sommeliers, and lovers of Chablis sworn to protect its legacy. Their motto? Chablis, toujours Chablis. Always Chablis. Let's talk about the wines themselves, especially the Grand Cru, 7 sacred slopes just north of the village. Les Clos, Blanchot, Vaudésire, names whispered by collectors. These wines can age 15, 20, even 30 years. Starting sharp and linear, they evolve into golden elixirs with notes of honey, dried herbs, and river stones. They don't shout, they whisper. They don't entertain, they endure. These aren't just wines for drinking, they're wines for reflecting. Wines that mark time. In a world of speed, Chablis teaches patience. So what makes Chablis different? It's not just the Chardonnay, it's the struggle, the scars, the silence. This is a wine that was born in prayer, tested by war, tempered by frost, and perfected by patience. It has no makeup, no pretense, just clarity. From monks to modern rebels, from fire to fat, Chablis has been reborn again and again, because some wines are made to impress. But Chablis is made to last.